Do you top your Christmas tree with an angel or a star? If your tree topper is an angel, then maybe you prefer Luke's gospel story of how it was the host of angels that enlightened the shepherds in the field and sent them out to find the baby Jesus lying in a manger. If your tree topper is a star, then maybe you prefer the guiding light found in the Gospel of Matthew. Within today's gospel reading, we just heard about a star, one worthy of a newborn king, a star which led the wise men on a long journey from the east in search of royalty. I can't help but wonder what it would have been like for them. They were probably educated men, astrologers, who were most likely employed by a king of their own. Kings had astrologers who studied the stars. If you knew the stars, that knowledge would allow you to navigate more accurately, and you could chart the seasons and be prepared for what was around the corner. Knowing the stars gave you an advantage in the powers and the struggles of the world, that knowledge. Understanding the stars also gave you glory. Proven astrologers would rise in the ranks of the upper class. They had something unique to offer the rulers of the world, and they would have been rewarded quite nicely. What would make them pack up their camels and set off on a long and dangerous journey? Were they sent by their own kings to offer gifts to this new king to strengthen their relationships and security? Or were they so connected to the stars that after they saw an amazing star at its rising, and knowing such an astrological event could mean only one thing, they walked away from their lives in search of a king worthy of their homage? Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I might make my wish come true tonight. Now, whatever the driving force might have been, their wish or their desire was to survive a treacherous journey and come face to face with someone worthy of their homage. The scriptures tell us that the wise men saw the star at its rising. We often imagine that it was appeared and then remained in the sky until after their encounter with the Holy Family. This was not the case. The star appeared at its rising, and the astronomers set off in that direction. It was leading them to a region, not a specific city. Journeys without a specific destination would have certainly had their ups and downs. This journey led them to Jerusalem, the region's capital city, the place where they expected to find a newborn king. I mean, what a disappointment it must have been when Herod called them into the palace, all that anticipation, but no new king. Journeys towards Jesus often lead us to the unexpected. It's just how it works. The unexpected in the lives of the wise men pointed them toward an ancient prophecy and the small village of Bethlehem. It was then that the star reappeared. What a comfort that must have been. Like a God moment or a thin space encounter with the divine that we sometimes have. When we have them, we are reassured that we are where we're supposed to be and at least pointed in the right direction. The wise men continued their journey, drawn to the light of that star. What they found would have once again been most unexpected. No king's castle, no servants, no royal clothing, only a lowly baby. These travelers did what they knew. They trusted the star. They trusted the light to guide them to truth. If the truth is found in a lowly baby, then so be it. A king worthy of their homage and gifts equal to such worthiness were offered. Today we celebrate the Epiphany. It should be one of the biggest celebrations in our church year, but it rarely is. Today we celebrate how God revealed the Christ child to the Gentiles, to those of us who are not Jewish. In the Gospel of Luke, the Jewish shepherds in the field spread the good news to the Jews. The wise men were not Jewish, and as Gentiles, they were the first to spread the good news beyond Judea, telling stories of the great star, one that led them to a newborn king, a baby that changed the world. There's a saying that example is not the best teacher, it's the only teacher. The wise men have, by example, taught us to live our lives with our eyes open enough to see the light. They have taught us to live our lives with our minds open enough to recognize the goodness of that light when we do see it. And the wise men have taught us to have the courage and willingness to follow the light of Christ wherever it may lead us, even when it's not where we expected. As Christians, we are called to be examples of what it means to live as the light of Christ. Where is that divine light calling you? And what gifts will you share with the world? Amen.